Hello there, my name is PolishLynx and let's, run to the place. Wait, can I go? No, I can't. Okay, this thing. Go! I'd like to visit all the places, but we can't. What? Are you serious? Yeah, we received a new order. They now want us to attend the mass and protect Pope Aristarchus. Protect Pope Aristarchus? Doesn't New Vatican have their own guards for that? Yeah, that's why they want us to do it distractly. That makes it even stranger. I wonder what's going on. I can't help but feel that the church is hiding something. Yeah, it is strange how they took the spaceship thief to Compassion Center instead of letting the City handle this case. Not to mention that an Inquisitor was inside the ship when we first went to the crash site. Cardinal Carrozza himself went to the crash site too, and I heard on the day of the crash he had a meeting with General Hodder. With the army's general? Could this have something to do with the space factory instead? Yeah, that's also what I think. Remember how we instigated the space factory after finding Ziegler's purchase receipt? But when we got there, it was like a war zone, and found the remains of siege soldiers. These elite soldiers of the army were under direct command of the general himself. Why would the army attack a space factory? It doesn't make sense. If it is possible that Marlon Ziegler could also have gone to the space factory. Yeah, Ziegler might want to get his spaceship repaired. He couldn't go to Union registered repair shop, so the space factory was a better option. Could it be that the army was looking for Ziegler? Or looking for the thief, who was also with Marlon Ziegler and Alphonse Zibrin? Curiouser and curiouser. Yo, you want to upgrade his weapons? No? Then F you. Talk? Twin blaster Vals, clone Vals and Clarice. Okay, let's talk with her. I still find it hard to believe that I'm actually clone Vals. Isn't it nice though? Almost is the clone of the hero who saved the galaxy. Oh, don't worry, you won't suddenly become an old and wear an eye patch just because you're a clone. Huh? I was wondering why my mother gave me the rosary of Sun Vals before she died, even though she wasn't even a religious person. Maybe she was trying to tell me that I'm a clone of Vals. Probably yes. And there was some indication of the fact that I am a clone is that my mother wasn't actually my biological mother. Yeah, of course not. Janet was just a member of Societas. Societas. My mother was a member of a secret society called Societas. It was right. Right, yes. I remember living in our planet when I was still a kid, before moving to Janus. That must have been where Societas was. What happened to Societas after my mother took me and left? It disbanded, and not long after that, I would venture a guess that many members were traumatized after seeing your power. That must also have been the reason why Mother Sparta tried to make me agree to taking a chip to control my anger. Presumably yes. And shortly after that she introduced Kiffy to me. Is there any connection with that too? Kiffy? Was she your dead wife? I don't know. Twin Blaster Balls. Even when I tried using the Twin Blaster Balls for the first time I could use it, but then I killed Verloc with the blasters. Why is that? That is what I also find interesting. I suspected from the beginning that the blasters only allowed himself to use it, by verifying the DNA of its wielder. That Hodder wasn't able to use the blasters also supports that hypothesis. But then you couldn't use it either, which led me to think that... That what? That perhaps you were not a clone of Vals after all. But then I was suddenly able to use it. But only when you went berserk. And what does it mean? I don't know, but I have a new hypothesis. What is it? The Twin Blaster Vals don't only verify DNA, but also the psychological state of mind of the wielder. Alphonse is a clone of Vals, and hence shares Vals DNA. True, nevertheless, you as you are now are nothing like Vals. After all, a person's character is influenced more by the environment he grows up in than by his biology. However, when you went berserk, you became Vals. I became Vals? Well, not really, of course, but your state of mind became like that of his. Therefore, in a way, you became just like him psychologically, and the blasters accepted you. I see, that sort of makes sense. I did feel like a different person when I went berserk. Going berserk. If your hypothesis is true, that means these blasters are useless unless I go berserk. Quite certainly, yes. Can you use the blasters now? No, I've tried. Then let's confirm my hypothesis. Oh, Fonzie, go berserk! Huh? Become angry, go! I can't just suddenly make myself angry like that. Ah, Fonzie is no fun. Vals and Clarice. So the actual reason Vals went to find the robots was because Clarice was captured. Yeah, it turns out to be little more than a sappy love story. That's disappointing. No, that's not what I meant to say, I'm just surprised. If Niven is Val's descendant, does it mean she's also a descendant of Clarice? No, I know for a fact that Clarice was not my ancestor. What makes you think Clarice was my ancestor anyway? Well, in that story we heard in the temple, it sounded like Vals and Clarice had a romantic relationship. Actually, all it told us is that Vals loved Clarice, but there is nothing about Clarice loving Vals in the story. You're right! Why would Clarice want a freak like Vals anyway? Clarice was a prima donna. She could literally point at any guy on the street and make him her boyfriend. It must have been an unrequited love, poor Vals. But since you are here, that means Vals found their love in the end, right? So it turned out pretty okay for him. Typical humans. In the face of mishap, you try to find any insignificant thing you can use to console yourself. Sorry, but there is no evidence that Vals found another love. We know that Vals had at least one child from another woman, but that he loved that woman is pure speculation on your part. For all we know, Vals simply settled for a lesser woman. That everything must end with a happy ending is just man's make-believe. Reality, unfortunately, does not agree with that line of thinking. For once you said something sensible. But should you really say that? You know, if it had gone well for Vals and he had hooked up with Clarice, you would have never been born. Again, we're trying to find reason for comfort. If you want to talk about how the past affects the present, remember that every little thing can affect the future in a big way. If your dad hadn't mated with your mom, you would have never been born, true. Mated? But then again, the same can be said about any other change of the past. If your parents had delayed their mating by just one day, baby would still have been born, but it likely wouldn't have been you. As far as my existence is concerned, the fact that Clarice didn't love Vals isn't any more significant than the fact that Val's partner didn't have stomachache on the day the two were conceived a child. Why exaggerate one and trivialize the other? Well, that's true, I guess, but seriously, how old are you? How could you have such a bleak outlook on life at such a young age? God bless you when you hit mid-life crisis, kid. I prefer to call it a realistic outlook, uncle. Yeah, call it what you will. Wait, what, uncle? Yo. Agent Blaze, we have received your report. So, Hodder's real target is not me, but Pope Aristarchus. Are you relieved? Not at all. For one thing, it's much easier to protect me than to protect His Holiness. Furthermore, the Pope's death will potentially cause even greater unrest among the people compared to mine. Why does he want to assassinate Pope Aristarchus? Aren't Hodder and the Church allies? Hodder and Cardinal Corroso are allies, but that doesn't mean that his loneliness is also with them. In fact, when Hodder spoke to the Cardinal, he mentioned about the Cardinal succeeding as a Pope after Pope Aristarchus dies. If the current Pope was also involved in the coup, Hodder wouldn't need to plan something like that. So what you're saying is that their plan relies on Corroso becoming a Pope. But Corroso can't become a Pope as long as the current Pope is alive, can he? Except for very few special occasions, a Pope keeps his reign as long as he still lives. Right, and that means Hodder and Corroso originally planned to execute the plan after the Pope Aristarchus dies, no? However, now that outsiders know about the plan, wouldn't they want to do it as soon as possible? I see, in other words, they'd have to advance the death of the Pope. Why the mass fall? Huh? Why do they have to kill him during the mass? Good question. They could kill him anytime they want. Just as easily. More easily, in fact, the Pope is literally sitting in the enemy base. They could just kill him silently and announce that the Pope dies in his sleep. If their only aim is the Pope's death, that is. So what they're aiming for is public execution. Yup, Hennett also said the Union will be blamed for the assassination. You get it, so basically there are two purposes for the assassination. The first is to make Corroso a Pope. The second is to create a reason to wage war against the Union by making it look like the assassination is carried out by the Union. But how will they put the blame on the Union? More importantly, how will they assassinate the Pope? We don't know. The only thing we can do is protect him and watch out for any assassination attempt. Can't we ask New Vatican to have another priest lead the mass? The Cardinal won't agree to that. Besides, we can't just say that the top general of the military wants to assassinate the Pope. That means our only option really is to attend the mass and protect His Holiness. Agent Blaze, please prepare to go to Neo Vatican again. Yes, sir. You can all go too if you want. We will. The mass starts in a few hours. There is still time, so feel free to make preparations before we leave. Talk to me when you are ready to go. You aren't going? Can't we go all? And... okay, will you? Will you? No, you will still not upgrade my weapons. You bastard! Yes, go to Capstan. Let's have a look around the whole town. I was there and nothing happens there. Residence complex. One more attempt in this place. Nothing. Weird. Very weird. But whatever. Space towers. Well, this is Neo Vatican. Well, not in a rush there. Let's check out what's happening around. Oh, I can see you are still here. An important character, okay. Having a proper version. Yeah, it's the same persons. The same people. Yo! Alright, I will need it. Yeah, stolen, okay. I wonder who did it. And that trick, that was funny actually. Wandering around the place. Okay, been here. Let's go to downtown. Nice to be in Capistan, no single worry when you have credits, who doesn't? We charge workers, temple and we're selling food, so clothes and books for. Would you like to buy some? I don't see anyone other than you. Yeah, I'm supposed to be a friend, but he went to buy something and has returned for almost an hour. Why don't you give him a call? I did, he's PD range. Right beside me. He left his PD, that's really careless. I think he's lost, it's the first time we've been casted. I'll even don't mind, will you help watch this stall while I go look for him, friend? Yeah, you're a great help. Remember, any kind of food is 5 sol, clothes 10, books 15. Okay, I will know this because, well, it's late and I'm kind of sleepy. Food 5, clothes 10, book 15. Okay. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. You know, I'm really tempted to steal his goods and leave, just to teach him to not trust complete strangers so easy. Fortunately for him, Vientiane and I are here to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm sure he'll be happy to know that not everyone is evil like you. Sure he will. Excuse me, I want to buy a t-shirt. That would be 10 sol. Sure, here, thanks. My family used to participate in charity work like this. Every Quarren temple arranges something like this at least once a year. Oh right, you're a Quarren. Is everyone in your family also Quarren? Yeah. Okay, Alphonse, that was a stupid question. Those sandwiches look delicious. Yeah, 5 sol. Hello. I wanted math textbook. 15 sol. Here. Okay, he will steal. I'd like Vientiane summer photo collection, please. What? I'd like Vientiane summer photo collection, please. What is it? 15? There's no such thing! That's too bad. Oh! Seasons and Crusades. Oh damn, not these guys again. Where Seasons and Crusades, the Zion extremist who like to publicly disturb profane things, right? Not just that, they also hate Quarries. Hi, I want to buy this. Wait, look at the sign, this is a Quarries stall. Hey, what are Quarries fields trying to do? Are trying to convert people to Quarries region. We don't want you to start spreading your propaganda to the Zions in the city. Get lost. Let's just beat them. They are all sinners away. Heh, now we are talking. Tis time! In the name of Deus the Lord, we shall kill these Quarries. Well, okay. Okay. Excalibur. Hard-boiled. Whoa. Big body. Well, that's surprisingly long they are capable of surviving. Dragon Slayer. Hard-boiled. Oh, I can't use it. Okay, rapid fire. And brute. And defense. And oh fuck. And defense. Dragon Slayer. Oh come on, Upon Z, you can do better. How does this... Well, how did the dude actually know Vientiane's name? Oh, well, let's use Omni Blaster once. Brute. However, I would like such a collection as well. Why not? Schweizer. So Schweizer is actually a better choice then. Oh, I can't use... Okay, got it. Sayonara. Take this. And now with a brute, but that will probably not be enough. Yeah, that's what I thought. Slash his face. And blast. Not enough. Okay, punch. Thank you. Hi, thanks to. I was able to find my friend. Oh, that's good. Let's see, looks like we managed to sell some of them. Let's take a look at the sales record. Yep, these are correct. Thanks a lot, friends. Please take this as my thanks. 1 defend booster. Thank you. If you find yourself in danger soon, use it. It can greatly increase your chance of survival. Thank you. Also 1 recovery pill. Ticket, which I will use. Oh, admission. Sounds like something that Brad Niven will love. Is it alright, just take the ticket from this man? I don't see why not. The ticket's only valid for today, and this guy doesn't seem to be in any condition to go away. Okay, where is the same matter? It's right next to my park. Okay. We'll need Niven. And this is where we end the episode. We will see what's going in this area in the next one. Bye.